James Hunt for the untouchable true school sports. Let's go, baby. Bow!
Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah.
The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games were missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers.
All right, so I had to come out here and sign off on this because I just found this to be kind of ridiculous. But, listen, fighters, dogs bark, cats meow, fighters got to fight. It don't matter the age, don't matter the time, fighters got to fight, right? And, I got so much respect for the legend, Nonito Donaire. He's a great fighter. He's been great for boxing. He should find a nice place for himself in the Hall of Fame when he officially hangs it up. But really and truthfully, I don't like this. So let me tell you guys what I'm talking about. So recently at the WBA convention, Nonito Donaire was there, and when I was reading, Donaire was there and petitioned for a high ranking and a title shot at the WBA bantamweight champion Seiya Tsutsumi, whose boxing gym ain't that far from where I'm at right now. But Tsutsumi, I think that's a terrible. I remember watching Donaire when he fought on the undercard of Crawford Spence against was it Santiago, who's a workman-like fighter, but he's not as good or as versatile or as tricky as a guy like Seiya Tsutsumi. I'm telling you all the truth. Tsutsumi, he can do a little bit of everything. I mean, he's developed a reputation the last couple years as a pressure fighter, but he's an intelligent pressure fighter. He changes his rhythm real well. If you go back and you watch some of his fights, like I was watching one of his fights against Kazuki Nakajima, who's a good boxer here in Japan. Tsutsumi was boxing that fight. He was boxing his ass off that fight. And he mixes up his attack from the ranges really well. And, I've seen, I'm not going to get too deep into it, but, I saw Nonito do some sparring before Angelo Favanato. Nonito, in my opinion, Nonito is a fighter that he has a lot of value to give to boxing. He has a lot of value to give to the younger fighters. And he is, and him and his wife deserve a lot of credit because they haven't given a lot of value to the fighters. But there may be some good fights for him at bantamweight, but if there was ever a fight that I think is a terrible fight for him at bantamweight, it's the Seiya Tsutsumi fight. 1,000% it's the Seiya Tsutsumi fight. Because Nonito Donaire does not have the work rate to keep up with that kind of pace of Tsutsumi. Tsutsumi breaks people down and beats them up. Tsutsumi can also box really, really well. So Donaire is not going to get all this ample time to just set his feet. It's going to be a very tough fight if he were to get that fight. And I just think that he didn't look good against Santiago. I'm telling you right now, if he fights Seiya Tsutsumi, I think it's going to go horribly wrong for him. That's just the truth. Now, obviously in his prime, or not even in his prime, I think even the Donaire that fought Inoue in the first fight, that guy could probably beat Seiya Tsutsumi. Might even knock him out because Tsutsumi don't got no great defense, right? But he's very good at changing his rhythm. He can box on the outside. He does not get tired. So Donaire, I remember in the Santiago fight, he was gassing out. I just think that that will be so much more pronounced in this fight. It would be so much more obvious of how much Donaire should not be in the ring with a guy like Seiya Tsutsumi. By the way, here's his gym. There's the Kato Eri boxing gym. That's where Seiya Tsutsumi trains, right there. I'm in Toshima, Tokyo. But I don't like that fight. They say styles make fights. They say ranges make fights. A lot of things make fights, and a lot of times it's not even just about who you fight or what their style is, but a lot of this stuff is timing. Boxing, a lot of everything is just timing. Life is timing. And I just think that, look at Donaire. Donaire hasn't been active. He hasn't fought since the Santiago fight, which was on the Spence Crawford undercard, which was July of 2023. So we're talking about, a year plus, 5? So we're talking about almost a year and a half he hasn't fought. How old is Nonito now? Nonito's in his late 30s or probably 40? I'm not sure. But I know he's up there in age, and even if just age aside, we're talking about like the actual wear and tear on the body. He's been in a lot of wars. He's been in a lot of tough fights. So I commend him. On one hand, I commend the old school throwback warrior, future Hall of Famer. I can't say this with enough respect for Nonito. I think the world of him, Nonito. And I think the world of him so much that I'm willing to tell the truth that I think that the Seiya Tsutsumi fight is a terrible fight for him. And I hope the WBA does not honor this request, because if they do, they're gonna put him in a position to get probably hurt really bad. Honestly, it wasn't so long ago Tsutsumi fought a fight here in Japan against Kazuki Anaguchi, who was a young, skilled, very high-level counter-punching southpaw. And the pressure that Tsutsumi put on Anaguchi was so horrible that, you know, I'm not trying to glorify it, but he ain't here with us no more. That's the kind of pressure and the kind of volume and the kind of conditioning that it's going to require to beat a guy like Tsutsumi. So look, if Donaire somehow gets the fight and he beats up on Seiya Tsutsumi and knocks him out, then I will come here and I will happily humble myself, and I will have to put even more respect on the legend's name, Nonito Donaire. But I just think that's a horrible, horrible fight for him at this stage of his career with the lack of activity. There's so many more better fights you can take than that one. But I respect the heart. So that's the news. Donaire requests a higher ranking for the WBA and a fight with Seiya Tsutsumi for the title. So y'all can make of that what you will. For those of you who have seen Seiya Tsutsumi fight and you watched Donaire's last fight in July against Santiago, please comment below. How do you think this version of Donaire copes with, you know, young, strong, fresh, in his like physical prime, damn near, Seiya Tsutsumi? Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care.
Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this, make sure you guys click right over here.
Keep watching my boy BT put on the best interviews out here.